Welcome back to another video. The fourth episode of story which shows Naruto and Sasuke losing blood and chakra after their final battle at the Valley of the End. The rivals die before aid arrives, and the Biju decide to utilize one last gift from their father to offer Naruto and themselves another chance to make things right. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Let's jump right in. We've learned all we can from this man. Should we end him now and then kill his cronies and take the money? Haku asked, hoping to get a yes. With the money in this man's vaults, we will have enough to help the rebellion and maybe even hire some other missing ninja to help out. Haku said to further strengthen what she said. You're right, but I'm not strong enough to take on this entire base. Even with you helping, there are almost 1,000 mercenaries here. As sad as it is, my body isn't fully healed yet. I don't know what that blonde brat did to me, but somehow I still got hurt. Maybe I overexerted myself killing all those clones, or he got a good lucky hit on me. Anyway, do you still have that scroll? The one the blonde brat gave you? Zabuza asked his ice-cold friend. Yes, Zabuza-sama, it's right here. She pulled it out of her pocket and handed it to her master. The man wasted no time opening the scroll and summoning out the clone that was inside it. The clone was in a trance. He was zoned out and not even aware of his surroundings. He was mumbling to himself. The words weren't making sense. Zabuza was kind of intrigued by what was going on, but in the end didn't care enough. Hey kid, shut the hell up. Zabuza went to punch the clone, but the clone's fist caught Zabuza's and his trance was broken. The clone smiled and Zabuza grinned. Good, now that you're done, all I have to say is no deal. I want a real fight with Kakashi and you again. After the fight, if I got what I wanted, then we'll talk. Now before you disperse, I want you to go through this compound and kill as many guards as you can, then report back to me unless you die. Okay, Gaki, the towering man said. Why should I listen to you? You're telling me that you won't take my deal and then you want to order me around? Naruto asked the man. Zabuza just shrugged his shoulders, not even caring. Naruto groaned, thinking to himself, then again, he is just a clone. Fuck it, it'll be fun to let loose. See you guys later. And Zabuza, sorry if you die, the Naruto clone said with a sadistic smirk before hiding into the shadows as it went on its killing spree. Zabuza assumed that Naruto was going to be quiet about this. Boy, was he wrong. What did he mean, sorry if I die? Zabuza thought to himself. Man, there are a lot of guards here. Well, time to make a grand opening, the clone thought before he made 2 large Razengans in each hand and charged, destroying 2 walls, killing a few guards. This set the alarm off in the compound as guards started running to the source of the explosion. Naruto smirked. Now's as good a time as ever, Naruto thought. Tatsumaki Rendan, Naruto whispered to himself after going through a couple hand seals and hoping the jutsu would work and not instantly destroy himself. For a second nothing happened and the guards started running at him, but then out of nowhere the boy started to float as a violent wind surrounded his body. This is actually working, Naruto thought. He was in control of the giant deathly winds and he couldn't help but smile. The tornado quickly grew in size and literally started to rip the base in half. Naruto was actually controlling the winds. He tried to move a straight line away from Zabuza and towards the opposite side of the base. It was starting to work and he was destroying everyone and everything he could. But even with his massive reserves, his version of the Tatsumaki Rendan took too much chakra, and suddenly the clone dispersed and the tornado died with no more chakra filling it, leaving the base utterly destroyed and hundreds of guards dead and injured. My God, what is that, boy? Zabuza said as he stared wide-eyed at the destruction that had just taken place. It lasted only a few seconds, but a third of the base was destroyed and hundreds were dead or injured. Haku, if you fight that boy, be careful. And do not hold back, Zabuza said in all seriousness. Honestly, he didn't even want her to fight that kid, but he knew it may come down to it if he was busy with Kakashi. Maybe he shouldn't have her go to the fight at all and just keep her safe. The girl already knew not to, but was grateful that he was showing that he cared, even if just a little. Hi, Zabuza-sama, she said with her usual emotionless demeanor. Out of nowhere, Gato came screaming into their room. Where the hell were you, you big fucking dumbass? We were attacked and you did nothing. Gato was furious with the man. My entire fucking fortress just got destroyed and you just lied here doing nothing. What the fuck is wrong with you? First of all, shut the fuck up. Zabuza started flooding his kai, making Gato cower. How do you expect me to fight when I'm recovering? You have guards. And secondly, that was a tornado. How do you expect me to take on nature? I can't do that, dumbass, Zabuza said in a very monotone voice, showing how he didn't care at all. Like, honestly, tell me what I am supposed to do against a tornado? Ask it nicely to please leave us alone so we can keep bleeding those town people dry and rape its women? If anything, you deserve this. It's called karma. Zabuza said before taking a breath and rolling over in his bed. Now get out of here before I get out of bed to hurt you. Gato was furious, but he wasn't stupid. He left the room, but was already planning on how to kill Zabuza once his usefulness was gone. Meanwhile, with Naruto and gang. Naruto was training with Erasure before the boy zoned out and stopped moving as he started getting the memories of his clone back. After a couple minutes of processing everything, Naruto grinned to himself. First off, his clone was the first to successfully use the Tatsumaki Rindan, and then Zabuza all but agreed to joining them after one more good fight with Kakashi, which, in all honesty, was easy enough to happen. Naruto-sama, is everything okay? Naruto finally registered Erasure talking to him and how worried the man looked. He forgot where he was and what was going on. The clone being in the dead zone, that is in a scroll, was something else. The clone nearly lost its sanity. Sorry, Arashika, I had a clone dispel and got the memories back, and it's very good for me. It learned a lot and did some destruction. Anyways, back to our fight. Taijutsu only, Naruto said. Erasure nodded. He was curious to know more but didn't press on. He just wanted to make sure his master was okay. He got confirmation when Naruto spoke to him, so he quickly resumed the fight. Charging in, he threw a punch towards the blonde's face. The boy quickly grabbed Arashi's arm and redirected the punch before leaning his body backwards, doing a flip, aiming a kick for his servant's jaw. The man quickly jumped upwards to dodge it and threw a kunai at blinding speeds. Naruto quickly countered, throwing a shuriken, knocking the kunai off course. Being the dramatic he is, waited for the two pieces of metal to clash into the ground before he moved. Well, Erasure wasn't waiting for shit as he appeared in front of the boy with a kick aimed at his neck. Naruto's eyes widened before he quickly bent his body backwards as far back as he could. Erasure took advantage of this and twisted his body, slamming his foot down onto Naruto's chest, slamming the boy into the ground. Or so he thought, as a loud poof was made, showing that he was fighting a clone the entire time. Well, you lasted longer than I thought, but Kakashi is still stronger if that's all you got. Including if he's using his Sharingan, Naruto stated as he walked out of the forest into the clearing. Forgive me, Naruto-sama, but I was holding back. If you wish it though, then I shall go all out against you. Erasure said as he stared down Naruto. The small blonde boy appeared behind his servant and whispered in the man's ear, if you hold back against me, you will die. Arashi's eyes widened as he didn't even see the boy move until he was already behind him. By the time Erasure had turned around, Naruto was already back in his original spot in front of the man. So this is the monster of a shinobi you've already become. You will make a name for yourself in no time, Naruto-sama. It seems as if you've already surpassed me, but just how far are you going to go? The man couldn't help but wonder as he stared at the ever-growing enigma that was Naruto. There is nothing I can bring against you, Naruto-sama. We both know that you are better than me, so why continue this game of cat and mouse? Because you need to get strong also. You spent who knows how many years in Uzumaki by yourself. The fact that you didn't go insane is amazing. So for now I will train with you to help you get stronger. Plus there are things that you know that you can teach me. For one, Kenjutsu, I don't know how to use a sword, let alone hold one correctly. And the use of seals? You are probably way above my level. Naruto finished as he looked at the man. Erasure resided in silence and nodded. Naruto continued. Though, the future holds many strong enemies, and at our level we are not strong enough to do anything. Hell, as I am right now, I can maybe defeat a third of the enemies to come, and that's because they won't expect me to be this strong. I can surprise them and use it to my advantage, and you may be the same if not less just because of your experience alone. I need to get us stronger to help us stop what is to come, Naruto said, confusing the man. What enemies are you talking about, Naruto-sama? Who is threatening you? Erashur was left utterly confused as he stared down his master in the field. Don't worry about it, for now fight me and get stronger, because until you can beat me you are no help to me, Naruto said as the two clashed in battle. Erashur was not happy with the answer he was given, and that was very clear. Naruto didn't care though and continued fighting for the next few hours. Hell, Naruto even kept on all his weight so to stay at an even level for Erashur and make the battle more even. Erashur and Naruto lied on the ground side by side, breathing heavily and bleeding as they relaxed, looking at the moon. You did good today. I believe I can learn as much from you as you can from me. You need to learn to utilize your jutsus more though. Like me, you're an Uzumaki and I can feel the power radiating off of you. You have nearly twice as much chakra as Kakashi, not as much as me, but still a lot, the reserves of a weak Kage, but a Kage nonetheless. You're also a ninja, no? Be dirty, don't fight fair, or you will never beat me. Use seals and your surroundings against me. I'm sorry, Naruto-sama, but you have to remember, even though I look young, I am fairly old. The Uzumaki blood just helps me look young and healthy. I'm actually in my late 50s, he said, while Naruto's sweat dropped. I guess he has been alone since Kazan left as a kid, which was well over 20 years ago. But to think he's as old as Erosenin or older. Well, you look great for your age, and with my help you'll live to 100 if not older, Naruto said while doing his nice guy pose. Erashur chuckled to himself slightly. Man, this Gaki really reminds me of you, Kushina-sama. Mental sigh. Don't worry, Kushina-sama, I swear to take care of your son no matter what. Erashur thought to himself as he watched Naruto's antics. With Zabuza tomorrow I should be ready? The man asked as he wrapped his face up in bandages to hide his freakish shark teeth. Hi Zabuza-sama, do you wish to proceed with plans and attack tomorrow or wait? We've already looted the vaults here. It wasn't hard. That sorry excuse for a man is too busy trying to get more henchmen than to worry about his actual vaults. We have more than enough money to go back to Kiri and support the troops for months. We have no reason to even stay here. Haku said as she kneeled before Zabuza. The man looked down at the girl before him as he thought to himself. She poses a good question. We got the money. I have no obligation to stay. It's not like I have to keep my word to that little brat, so what he can do a few flashy jutsu, but it's obvious the toll it will take on his body plus the high chakra cost, even for a Kage, would be demanding. The kid couldn't seriously take me on even if he wanted to. But he does have some speed, it's no matter. But then again, fighting that kid and gave me a thrill that I haven't had in years. It also showed me I've gotten weaker. Zabuza sat in thought for a few minutes, not a word spoken between himself or Haku as he thought to himself. He thought he had been in good shape having been on the run, but really he was weak. He was malnourished and nowhere near what he was when he attempted the coup d'etat. Zabuza-sama, Haku asked, interrupting Zabuza from his train of thought, most likely for the best. Huh? What? Zabuza had honestly thought the girl said more before he processed what she said. Yes, sorry, I got lost in thinking about this, but we are going to stay. I want to fight that blonde brat and Kakashi again. And this time you will stop those brats from interfering. But if you meet that blonde kid instead of I, then use that jutsu. And be wary of him. He is probably strong enough to fight me. I doubt he would win, but he could fight me for a while, and with Kakashi there. Well, even I know my limits. Zabuza said, looking her down fiercely. With a hint of surprise in her voice, Haku stammers out, Okay, Zabuza-sama. What's this I'm feeling? Gratitude? Love? This can't be. I'm just Zabuza-sama's tool. Haku thought to herself as she was curious as to why Zabuza would warn her. It took her a minute before she realized it was because she couldn't be of use to him if she was dead. Sasuke, Sakura, a certain one-eyed man called out while closing his book. Yes, sensei, they said at the same time. No training today. If I'm right, Zabuza should be ready to fight any day now. I figure since the bridge is nearing its finish, Zabuza will be wanting to fight soon, so prepare for a battle. No training, you guys either stay with me or Tanzua's family for protection. Kakashi said as he looked at the mixed reaction on either Jin'in's face. Hi Sensei, Sakura said with complete obedience. What about Naruto? Why does that loser get to train while I have to take it easy? That doesn't seem completely fair now, does it? Sasuke said with his little glare of his that wasn't really scaring anyone. Naruto has a special ability that helps him to heal faster and replenish his chakra faster. Have you guys not noticed this at all? Why do you think every day, no matter how hard he has trained and hurt himself, he's back up again and good to go? Kakashi said while the two sat there and pondered that question. While they were thinking, he left, leaving them more confused and with more questions. The man, though, quickly left and went to find his sensei's son. The man didn't have too hard a time of finding Naruto. His chakra was pretty easy to find when he was using jutsus. He found a clearing and was amazed at what he saw. Hundreds of Narutos all training in groups, each group assigned to do something new. For each area of ninja specialties, it seemed like Fuinjutsu, Kenjutsu, Taijutsu, water walking/fighting, but no Genjutsu. It wasn't hard to find the original Naruto when he had a group of clones attacking him while he fought them off. This was most likely him getting in the physical part of training, since his clones can't help in that area. He decided to walk into the field lazily. Some of the clones stopped to look at him, but they mostly just ignored him. The original Naruto saw Kakashi walking up and sighed. Well, I should probably hurry and finish you guys off, Kai. Naruto said, releasing his gravity weights. Kakashi watched him closely, but his eye widened when he couldn't track Naruto. Before he could take out his Sharingan, the boy was behind Kakashi and his group of clones destroyed. Son of a bitch, he muttered, grabbing his head from the sudden increase of memories from the 100 clones he killed. So I guess you finally wanted to talk to me? I knew you would eventually. You're a very smart man, Kakashi-sensei. You always were. Naruto said that last part with some sadness in his voice. Kakashi motioned for the boy to follow him, and he did without complaining. They went to a nearby stream and Naruto sat down and started to skip rocks. So who are you really? Because even I can tell you're not the real Naruto, Kakashi said, ready to fight if need be. First things first, calm down and sit down. I'm not here to fight, and secondly, I am Naruto, just not the one you know. But listen, hear what I tell you. You must never repeat to anyone, which includes Hokage. No one can know this. I trust you because I know you wouldn't dare tell anyone. At least not if you don't want to die. Naruto said. As per he predicted, Kakashi didn't move an inch or calm down any, but he did ask, what do you mean, not the Naruto I know? Who the hell are you? His voice was calm, but he was demanding an answer. Naruto just sighed before lying back, putting his arms behind his head as he looked at the sky. I'm from the future, don't fucking joke with me, was Kakashi's only response. It's true, and I can prove it to you. I'll show you my memories. We both know I can't do Genjutsu. You can feel my reserves. They are way too large for me to attempt a successful one. I can show you parts of the future to prove it to you. Naruto said with all seriousness as he felt Kakashi's kunai pressing into his neck. You know it's hard to breathe with that thing cutting me, Naruto said as Kakashi hesitantly lowered the weapon. You get one chance, Kakashi stated as he stared at the boy. Naruto nodded and slowly weaved the hand signs for the flashback no jutsu. When Naruto finished weaving the hand signs and applying the necessary chakra, he called out the jutsu and directed it to both him and Kakashi. While in reality only a few seconds had passed, Kakashi felt as if he had lived another 20 years. He saw the same mission, but everything happening differently and also from Naruto's point of view. The boy was loud and childish and didn't know a thing about being a ninja and could only do the shadow clone jutsu. The other him seemed to ignore Naruto almost completely and gave more attention to the Uchiha, and also didn't even do anything to stop Sakura from either hurting Naruto or to progress her as a ninja. But that wasn't all he saw. No, he saw so much more missions and his team growing up and apart. Sasuke defecting and how Naruto chased him, his struggles, the final valley, his training trip with Jiraiya. Coming back and still fighting to get Sasuke back, the Akatsuki, Asuma's death, Jiraiya's death, pain. He saw everything. The war and the final valley again. The destruction caused by that, Sasuke and Naruto, the two losing their arms and releasing the infinite Tsukuyomi. Sasuke leaving Sakura with her child as he decides to find himself. Kakashi as Hokage and then Naruto as Hokage, and then the end with Sasuke coming back, everyone overjoyed until that same night he did something horrible. And then his death by the hands of Naruto and his talk with the Kyuubi and coming back to the start. When the jutsu was released, Kakashi collapsed on the ground and was visibly sweating and breathing hard. His brain was still trying to adjust 20 years of memory while comprehending everything he saw. He lived everything through Naruto's point of view, and it was in a sense amazing and horrible. The struggle he lived through, how that one word it meant so much and asked for so much. He just couldn't process it. He needed something to keep him grounded. He needed to hear Naruto talk and explain. How? Well, that's a question indeed, Kakashi-sensei. But all I have to say is now you know what I lived through, the hell that hurt, the small sliver of happiness. You now know everything, some things that no one ever knew because I didn't tell anyone. You should understand why I trust you with this information now. The respect and trust one held for you in the future, it followed with me, and I hope I can hold that respect for this current you. Naruto paused for a moment. I'll be honest, it's hard living in this time. When I first came here, I was tempted to purposely stunt my growth and keep myself weak so as to not raise suspicion, but it didn't take long for me to change my mind. I can't afford to be weak anymore. I have to be strong to protect everyone this time. I refuse to let people be stronger than me, but my body still has limits, but I push myself until I collapse to make sure I become stronger. Right now as I am, I can probably take on Gaara if he's being serious, so I have come far, but it's not good enough. I can't let that future take place again. I have to fix things. I just can't let everything happen again. That bond one had with Sasuke is gone. He doesn't find me as a rival anymore, but as an obstacle and enemy. I can see it in his eyes. He hates how I'm stronger than him, and he doesn't understand why, just like last time. What can I do to help? Kakashi asked. Naruto smirked and then started to laugh. What's so funny? I can't tell you what to fucking do, that's what's funny. You need to find your path. All I can say is train. You saw what's coming, so get stronger. Don't stay where you are. Get stronger with me and help me change everything. I want the future to stay a mystery because I plan on changing what happened. I plan on meeting Dad sooner this time so I can have him teach me his Hiraishin. You saw what happened when I used it in the future. I can't properly use it. My reserves get drained. I need to master it, and I won't have as much time with him that I did with Mom, so I'll get what I can. But not till my training trip. I plan on getting stronger anywhere else I can. But no matter what, Pain will be one of my strongest opponents no matter how strong I get. If he catches wind of how strong I am getting, he will keep a close watch on me, and if that happens, then Obito may send him after me sooner. Naruto said, making Kakashi visible flinch at hearing his old friend's name. Naruto felt a little bad. There was no good way for Kakashi to find out that Obito was still alive. Kakashi, don't put yourself down for what he chose to do. You can't change him, not yet. It's terrible what happened to him, but nothing we can do will fix him and bring him back. He's still lost and will be until the real Madara is brought back. For now we will play his little game of cat and mouse. Naruto said as Kakashi nodded and sat next to the boy. We sure are in for a lot, aren't we? I don't know where to even start anymore. Kakashi said. Just give it your best or stay the fuck out of my way. I'm done being the nice guy from here on out. I'm done holding back, Naruto stated as he stood and ditched his jacket, throwing it away from him, returning to his training as Kakashi got up. Today was the day. It was all going to happen. Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura were all ready, but someone was missing. Sakura was the only one to notice as she looked around the room. Where's the baka? She asked curiously. Don't worry, he's sleeping. He'll show up when we need him though, so don't fret. Erasure, you're coming with us. Naruto can handle some lowly bandits. The one-eyed man told Erasure as he sighed and nodded. Ever since a few days ago, Erasure has been listening to Kakashi's commands like he was in charge, and he has no idea why Naruto wants him to follow that man. He wasn't an Uzumaki but a lowly Hokage, and all they were good at was being thieves. He sighed as he nodded and grabbed his katana before heading out the door with everyone. With Tanzua behind the group, everyone left towards the bridge. As they neared the bridge, though, they knew immediately what happened when they saw a thick mist. Tanzua-sama, you did tell all your workers not to come in today, right? Kakashi asked the man. Yes, but I can't be sure if they actually took the day off or not. For their sakes, I hope they did, Tanzua answered fearfully. Erasure, can you sense anything up there? Kakashi asked. The mist is too powerful for me to accurately sense any people in there. I am only aware of Zabuza because this is his jutsu, Kakashi stated as he waited for a reply from the enigma next to him. Kakashi was already aware of what was to happen today, and of Naruto's plan to stop Sasuke's activating of his Sharingan. It was a risky plan, but he and Erasure would hold off Zabuza until Naruto woke up and got his ass to the bridge to stop Haku before she did any real damage to Sasuke. It was a shame though, Sasuke had already managed to activate his Sharingan, but no one had realized it besides Naruto, Sasuke, and Erasure. For some reason the boy wasn't gloating about it or even asking Kakashi about it. Kakashi looked over at Erasure as he saw him concentrate heavily on the mist in front of them before he sighed. I apologize, Kakashi-san, but the mist is too thick and heavily coated with Zabuza's chakra. I cannot sense anyone but him, he finally said after a few moments of heavy concentration. Kakashi sighed. Okay, everyone follow my lead. Erasure, stay hidden until I give you the signal. Zabuza doesn't know about you yet, and we're gonna use that to our advantage. Okay, Squad 7, let's move out, Kakashi said as they jumped out onto the bridge. Kakashi was on high alert as they treaded carefully onto the bridge trying to find Zabuza, but to his surprise Zabuza was sitting down on a corpse of a worker. He seemed bored until Kakashi and crew showed up. Took you guys long enough, but what's this? He quickly noticed who was missing. My toy's missing. Where's that little blonde brat? I wanted to fight him some more, including after that fucking stunt with the clones. I hate to admit it, but the number of clones actually did real damage to me, but I'll make sure to let him get that pain back 100-fold, Zabuza said. Unknown to him, though, Erasure could hear everything and was seething in anger. He wanted to jump out and kill Zabuza now for threatening his master's life. He could feel his blood boil underneath his skin as he tried to calm himself with slow breaths as he closed his eyes, letting the fresh air enter his nostrils and leave his mouth. He stayed hidden as he watched the scene with full focus. Don't you worry about Naruto, he'll be here when he's good and ready. For now your fight is with me, the man said as he raised his headband, and I'm not holding back. He stated as he prepared to fight. Well, you will do for now, I guess. Haku, come deal with these brats while I fight Kakashi, Zabuza yelled as she appeared by his side before charging Sakura. Sakura wasn't ready as she felt a fist slam into her face. She could feel her nose break. As her body bent, flew backwards, rolling into a pillar. As she crashed, her breath was lost. As she coughed out blood, she could feel some of her ribs crack from the pressure of hitting the pillar. She slowly slipped into unconsciousness. The last thing she saw was Sasuke smirking. Haku quickly turned towards the boy who charged her and quickly turned her body, dodging a strike to her face before twisting her body a full 180 and slamming her foot into the side of his head. Give up now or I'll kill you both, Haku said with no emotion, following her voice while masking her gender by doing that. Sasuke smirked again and slowly opened his eyes, showing confidence, but he was overconfident. Bring it on, he said before charging Haku, who was confused as to why the boy's eyes were now red and black. He's faster was the first thought that came to mind as she dodged a punch and went to throw one in return, but was shocked as he caught it. But she quickly countered, doing one-handed hand seals to Sasuke's horror. Ice release, 1,000 needles of death, she said as her jutsu started to surround Sasuke. A ring of ice needles surrounded Sasuke, making the young boy stutter a silent curse as he was forced to let go of the ninja in front of him in order to dodge the attack. He just barely dodged the attack with a chakra-enhanced jump backwards, widening their gap by 15 feet. Sasuke smirked and quickly went through the hand seals to one of his most basic jutsu, fire style, fireball jutsu. He silently roared as he shot the ball of fire towards his enemy. While Haku was temporarily distracted by the jutsu, Sasuke shot off full speed to get behind the boy, but when he got there Haku was nowhere to be found. Sasuke cursed as he quickly moved so his own jutsu didn't hit him. As soon as he got out of the way though, he felt exploding pain in the back of his right leg as he fell to the ground. Turning around, he saw around 10 senbon sticking down the back of his thigh. Gritting his teeth, he quickly ripped them out, but not before he got his teeth kicked in by Haku. As Sasuke got up, all he could say was, "Well fuck, maybe you'll be more of a match for me," he smirked before activating his Sharingan to the other boy's surprise. At Tazuna's home. "Inari, go wake up Naruto, his team must be getting worried about him, he's been sleeping for a long time," Tsunami said as the boy nodded and got up to go wake the boy. But before he could get far, a large crash was heard. Inari quickly hid behind the couch as he saw two grown men walk in with katanas. "Oh, look at this pretty little bitch sitting here all nice and pretty for us. What do you think, Genta?" the first man asked his partner with a sadistic grin. "Yeah, she looks all pretty and shit, but those clothes of hers seems to be in the way. Why don't you take those off for us, you little slut?" Genta said as his hand gripped onto the hilt of his katana, getting ready to draw it. Tsunami quickly threw the knife in her hand at one of the men. "Fuck you," she yelled while quickly taking off into the living room to escape. The knife missed both men as they dodged it before they quickly got a hold of Tsunami due to their faster speed. "Well, that wasn't so nice of you, and here we are showing you hospitality and gracing you with ourselves, and you try to hurt us." No, that just won't do now, will it?" Genta said to his partner. "Yeah, now we're going to have to rip off those nice clothes before we have some fun for ourselves, then we'll kill you, find your kid and kill him, and then find your old man and kill him too," Jitty said with a grin as he reached out towards Tsunami's chest, prepared to rip her shirt off. Before his hand got close though, both men were knocked back. Before they could even ask what happened, they started freaking out as a deadly ki was directed at them from a certain unknown blonde ninja. "I swear to Kami, if you so much as try to touch her again, I will make your death painful," Naruto said as he stared at the two men, his eyes red as he leaked out a small bit of Kurama's chakra to scare the men into submission. "Whoa, what the fuck are you?" Genta screamed in horror as he looked at the boy, no monster in front of him. The man had never felt fear like this in his life. He was ready to kill himself just to stop being scared, but he couldn't even move his body. Jinny was a bit stronger though and stood up and said, "What the fuck can the little brat like you do?" he said with a little bit of fear in his voice. "First I'm going to kill you, then rape that whore over there before killing her." He didn't get to finish his sentence as Naruto's fist crushed the man's throat at speeds no one in the room could follow. "I said," Naruto started as he kicked the man into the wall while he choked to breath, "that if you tried to touch her I would make your death painful." "Tsunami, take Inari and get out of here," the boy commanded. "He's behind the couch, you guys don't want to see this," Naruto said as he calmly walked towards both men who were now crying in fear as the woman nodded her head before running off to grab her child. As soon as Tsunami left, Naruto got to work. He quickly killed Genta before turning his attention to Genti. "Now you must not have noticed, but I gave you one warning and only one. Now I'm a reasonable man. I get this is kind of an emotional thing, but I'm a man of my words and I will shut this shit down," Naruto said before he grabbed the sheath of the man's sword. Genti was confused as to why he would grab that and not the sword until Naruto swung it down onto his head with a lot of force. The first hit cracked his head open as Genti hit the floor, the blood pouring from his head. He tried to sit back up and received another one. "Holy shit," Naruto stated. "I hit you so hard your goddamn eyeball is falling out of your head," Naruto said with a grin before he kept slamming until all that was left was blood and two dead men. Naruto took a few minutes to calm himself on and stopped filtering Kurama's chakra before he made 2 clones to quickly clean the mess. Naruto walked outside and found Tsunami and Inari together holding each other. "Why were your eyes red?" Tsunami asked, still in shock. "It's something I can't talk about." "Not now at least," Naruto said, offering his hand to the woman and her child. She was hesitant at first, but when she saw his cerulean blue eyes again, she calmed a little and took his hand, letting him help her up. Once Naruto helped the two to their feet, he made 2 clones. "Take them somewhere safe, and don't let anyone hurt them," Naruto said. The clones nodded and picked them up and headed towards town. "Now I need to hurry and get to the bridge before something happens to Zabuza and Haku. I took a little too long here, and I don't need them dying." With that final thought, Naruto shot off full speed towards the bridge, but he just had that gut feeling. Something horrible was going to happen. Come on, Kakashi, is that all you got? Zabuza spoke as his voice projected through the mist towards the Cyclops. Kakashi, for the first time since his time in Umbu, was worried. He didn't know if he'd be able to safely protect his students. He knew that for now Sakura was fine, mainly because she was unconscious, but still. Sasuke was another story. His chakra kept fluctuating and it wasn't doing any better yet. Kakashi sighed and made a secret signal with his hand before Zabuza swung his sword down at the man. Now Kakashi, this isn't time for jutsu. Oh no, just your death. He screamed with glee as he swung his sword horizontally at Kakashi, which was blocked with a kunai. Zabuza followed up his swing with a kick to Kakashi's chest, knocking the man back, but before he could finish the knee off, Zabuza was attacked from behind with a head kick. Just in time, Arashizan, you really saved my ass there. Any later and I don't think I'd have made it. Kakashi admitted to the man as he stood by his side. Of course, Kakashizan, I'm just doing as Naruto-sama instructed me to do, which was to follow your orders, Erasure said with a monotone voice as if he were a rude agent. It slightly shocked Kakashi, but he didn't let it show as the two looked at Zabuza get up. So you brought a little friend for me, huh, Kakashi? I didn't know you wanted a little foreplay before the action. Don't worry, I'll be done with him soon. He should warm me up enough for you. Zabuza said jokingly as he got his sword ready to attack. Zabuza got into a stance, as did Erasure, while Kakashi prepped with a kunai, Arashi's covered in seals, which caught both of the other males' attention, but no one said anything. Zabuza charged the two down, going after Erasure first like he stated he would. He swiped his sword downwards at the man looking for a quick finish, but was stopped by the man's own sword, which blocked the strike. It was almost immediate. Zabuza noticed something was wrong but couldn't place it, until Erasure started swinging wildly at Zabuza and the man was forced to block with his sword. After a few blocks he noticed his sword was so heavy he couldn't even hold it and was forced to ditch it and watch it make a hole in the ground as he jumped back from the man's next slash. Erasure grinned while the Mist's demon stared him down. What the hell did you do to my sword, you bastard? Zabuza said through clenched teeth, thoroughly pissed now. I've studied up on you quite a bit these last few days, and I've come to realize without your sword you aren't much of a ninja. Yes, you have taijutsu, but you're adequate at best, and while you are quite strong in ninjutsu, your reserves aren't that high, just above elite jounin, so you can only use so many jutsu for so long, Erasure said with a slight grin before he looked down at his sword. He showed off the Fuinjutsu written all over the sword. This here also is a special seal made by my old master, Kushina-sama, back when I served under her. It's a weight seal, or better known as a doubler seal. It doubles the weight of anything it hits. The more it hits it, the more its weight gets doubled. Best used against Kenjutsu users. I know Kushina-sensei, she taught me a few things years ago during the war and trained me for a few months before she went off with the Yellow Flash to more battles. I knew she couldn't stay forever, but she did help me out for a while. Zabuza said, surprising both men. He's the man that Kushina-sama taught. Was the thought going through Kakashi's head. While Erasure was conflicted on what to do, he wanted to help bring down Zabuza for his new master's sake, but at the same time Zabuza was the only other link to his old master and friend. It was nerve-wracking, but before he could do anything Naruto appeared next to him. So Zabuza, you knew my mom, huh? Well, this will only make things more fun, but you really should take up my offer before I'm forced to hurt you, you know. Naruto said with a grin as he stared down Zabuza with a kunai out, also ready to fight. Erasure, check on Sasuke, make sure he's not dead, and if he needs help then help him out. Naruto said. He saw Erasure was about to protest and added, I don't care about your fucking pride, that man is my friend, Uchiha, or not, you will help him out. If he does not require your assistance then go and wait with Sakura by Tsunasen, me and Kakashi sensei can finish things here. Naruto finished. The man just disappeared in a blur to check things out without giving an answer. Naruto made a clone to go follow Erasure and then help Sasuke after the man left him. Now Zabuza, back to my offer, what do you say? Zabuza didn't say anything and Naruto was staring at him intently, trying to see what he was trying to do. He noticed that he was writing something down. Before he could figure out what was going on, Zabuza took off much faster than he is before, most likely to not having his sword with him. He quickly applied the counter seal to his sword, which stopped the effects that were affecting his sword before picking it up out of the crater. Zabuza then looked over at Naruto. It's time for that beatbag now. Naruto scared and got ready for the fight. Kakashi, stay back for now and put up your Sharingan to conserve chakra. I don't need you right now. He wants me, so I'll give him a fair fight. Do not intervene unless I ask for your help. Make sure others don't see either. They don't need to know about me yet. Naruto finished before quickly releasing his gravity seals and shooting off towards Zabuza stronger and faster. Naruto met the sword-swinging maniac head-on and blocked his sword with a kunai, but was forced to the side when he saw Zabuza's leg come up for a kick. As Naruto got up, he noticed too late the kick was a fluke and was forced to take a downwards head kick to his head. Naruto didn't have time to lie in pain as he sensed danger and quickly rolled to the side as he saw a sword land right where his head was. Come now, Uzumaki, aren't you stronger than this? I saw the power you used at Gado's palace. Shower me that power, prove you are better than me. Zabuza screamed as he charged at Naruto, going through one-handed seals. Naruto saw what was happening and quickly flew through his own hand seals. Sushin, Water Dragon Jutsu Futon, great breakthrough. The two yelled their jutsus and waited for the result before the next attack. Zabuza had a huge dragon made of pure water from the ocean below, making the attack stronger as it didn't need as much chakra. The dragon charged down the small child in front of it, not seeing the invisible wind jutsu just shot off. Zabuza, underestimating the attack of the wind jutsu, kept the dragon going, but was greatly surprised when his dragon burst into water droplets as it was destroyed by the more powerful wind jutsu. Before he could counter-attack, though, he was hit by the same jutsu that destroyed his dragon. It seemed to still have enough power to keep going and lifted Zabuza off the ground about a foot while throwing him backwards into the railing of the bridge, severely cracking it. Naruto didn't stop there and quickly made a Rasengan in his right hand and took off towards the man, hoping to get there before he could fight back. Naruto appeared in front of the man, his Rasengan powered down so as to not kill the man, and said in his ear, "This is the power I've come to earn," before shoving the attack into Zabuza's stomach. While all this was happening, the fight with Sasuke and the Naruto clone against Haku was coming to an end. Sasuke took the hit for Naruto, which put him in his death-life state. Naruto pretended to be heartbroken at watching his friend die. Sasuke called Naruto down and entrusted him his dream of killing Itachi, telling him that his dream was now for Naruto to carry on because he was his only friend. Naruto waited until Sasuke finally lost consciousness. "You know my true power and yet chose to keep fighting when I showed up. Why is that?" the clone asked Haku, waiting for his answer. "You know you could easily beat me and yet you haven't yet. You've been holding back a lot. Why is that?" Haku replied. Naruto smirked before he dropped all emotions. Before Haku could even blink, he felt Naruto's fist slam through the ice mirror, shattering it and at the same time knocking him out. Naruto safely tied up Haku before so that the poor child wouldn't die needlessly. "Okay, fuck it, there's no way he's a he with those looks," Naruto said before he checked for himself. With a deep blush and grin, Naruto dispelled himself after finding out the truth. The real Naruto stopped for a second as a tinge of red hit his cheeks before he shook his head and muttering, "Baka clone." Naruto walked towards the barely conscious Zabuza. Before he got to the man, though, he started to hear clapping. "Good job, you saved me a lot of work of having to finish him off," a voice rang through the ever-thinning mist. Everyone's heads turned to make out the small form of Gado. "I have to say, I didn't actually think Zabuza would actually lose to some leaf fuckers, but I guess miracles happen," the tiny man yelled out as everyone waited to hear the man. "Well, not everyone. What the fuck do you want, midget?" Zabuza's voice rang out as he struggled to stand before Naruto rested a calm hand on his shoulder, stopping him. Zabuza settled for sitting down as the reek of blood soon to be spilt filled his nostrils. A little trait he picked up from wielding the Kubakirabocho, decapitating carving knife, for so long. "Oh, so you're still alive? Well, that shouldn't matter for too long. I did bring my army. Hey boys, whoever brings me the head of a ninja gets an extra million Rio. Now get OU." Gado's voice was cut short as the man started choking on his blood. Naruto wasn't in a waiting mood, so he took Kuni and faster than anyone could see slit the man's throat just deep enough to let the man die by choking on his own blood. as Gato collapsed to the ground holding his neck as he was quickly covered in blood and was coughing it up. A random minion yelled, "Get that blonde fucker, he killed our meal ticket." Everyone started to charge and Naruto did the only thing he could think of. "Run back to Kakashi, Kakashi-sensei, I run." Naruto yelled as the man facepalmed at the kid's stupidity. "And here I thought you were an army of 1,000-fold," Kakashi yelled back, hinting Naruto's favorite jutsu. Naruto stopped in his tracks and smiled, rubbing the back of his head. "Oh yeah, thanks Kakashi-sensei." Naruto rubbed the back of his head, not realizing how stupid he was being. Naruto turned around facing the army of mercenaries. "Tajukage Bunshin no Jutsu," Naruto yelled, making an army of 200 clones. He then strolled back to Kakashi whistling as the man's sweat dropped at Naruto's antics. While this was going on, Inari and the townspeople showed up on the bridge ready to fight just to see Naruto's clones beating the hell out of Gato's men and Gato on the ground choking on his blood on death's doors. The townspeople lowered their weapons while Naruto's clones did everything for them. While everything else was happening, Naruto retrieved Haku and brought her to Zabuza. The man was ready to lose it and attacked, thinking she was dead, until Naruto stopped the man. "It's all right, she's unconscious," Naruto said, calming the man down enough for him to sit down holding his side. That's when Naruto saw the blood. "Damn it, Zabuza, why didn't you tell me you were bleeding? Lie down now," Naruto said, pushing him over to his back. He quickly took out some bandages and said, "Be careful, I'm going to have to close this wound the only way I can, and it will hurt," Naruto said before making a clone, making sure it was ready. The clone covered its hands in water and waited for the original. Naruto quickly shot out a weak fire jutsu, burning the wound close before Zabuza could scream. The clone applied water, increasing the pain tenfold, and that pushed Zabuza over the edge and he lost consciousness. As soon as the wound was closed, Naruto warped up Zabuza's chest as Kakashi showed up. "You did good today, you know. I mean it, your dad would be proud of you." "My dad is proud of me, I know that much." Naruto smiled while thinking of his family. He and Mom couldn't be prouder of the man I was and am. Everything I do is to honor them. I know they're proud of me and I can't wait to meet him again, but for now I'm doing my part and surviving. Come Chunin exams, because I already know you will put us in there. I will be done holding back. Jiraiya will be the only person besides you who will find out the truth about me. No one else will. If need be, I will stop either one of you from telling people," Naruto said with seriousness in his voice. Kakashi narrowed his eyes and thought deeply about the new responsibilities on his chest, about knowing who Naruto is now. He sighed and accepted it. "Ma, what I need to know is, what do we do about these two?" Kakashi asked. "We bring them to Konoha and they join our ranks. Haku will follow this man to the ends of the earth, and I know he will join us now, so he's going to come with us. For now, let's take them to Tizuna's. Zabuza needs rest. I injured him worse than I thought, so he needs sleep and someone with medicine or medical ninjutsu," Naruto said as Kakashi just nodded and grabbed Zabuza. "What are we going to do about Sasuke? His death will anger many people," Kakashi stated as Naruto began to laugh. "He's not dead. Take out the Sanban and he will wake up," Naruto said as Kakashi sighed in relief. But before they could turn around, all they could hear was Sakura crying over her dead Sasuke-kun. "Let's let her think he's dead for a few more minutes, though it'll be funny. Arisha, you go look for medicine for Zabuza here and meet us at the house," Naruto said as the man disappeared. Arisha hadn't been around too long, but he wasn't sure how to feel about Naruto. Naruto was his master, of course, and Naruto seemed legit when he said that he wanted to be friends. But something about the boy was off. He knew more than he showed. He was a lot stronger than he seemed. Everything about him was an enigma, but at the same time Arisha was so happy to be away from the island and be with another Uzumaki that he didn't care. He would take it no matter how weird it was, so he put on an emotionless face and did as he was told. He just hoped Naruto wouldn't be the end of the Uzumaki, but instead the rebirth of them. Naruto quickly made a clone and had it grab Haku while he walked over to Sasuke and Sakura. Before anything could happen, she attacked Naruto. "If it wasn't for you, he wouldn't be dead," she yelled with tears in her eyes. Naruto caught the punch and then slapped her hard. "Okay, Sakura, fucking stop. We are ninjas, death happens now. How about you stop acting like a child and stop putting blame on me, and you fucking do something about it. Stop being a weak, useless bitch and get strong. Unlike you, I could actually fight and help out today. What did you do? Fucking nothing, just stood there like a scared child. I honestly don't know how you are a ninja being like that. While Naruto was talking, the clone took out enough of the Senbon that was in Sasuke so the boy could wake up. For fuck's sake, Sakura, you talk about me being useless, but I do more than you. I train to get stronger. You worry about your looks like a civilian. God damn, you need to get stronger. Naruto's clone popped out of existence and he got the memories back. He looked over past Sakura and saw Sasuke starting to come too. Now be lucky that Sasuke isn't dead. Hey team, get off your ass, we're going back to Tanzu, as Naruto said. Sasuke just sat there wide-eyed. How am I alive? Did Naruto actually win? How strong is he? How is he stronger than me still? I have the Sharingan, but I'm still not strong enough. Ugh, fuck, I will find out your secret, dope. Sasuke thought to himself as he let out a grunt and got up to his feet. Sakura ran over to Sasuke crying and hugging on him as he tried not to be annoyed by it. After some time had passed, everyone headed back home to relax for the day. A few days later. It had been a long few days. Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke, Zabuza, and Haku stayed at the house to rest and figure everything out. Meanwhile, Naruto and Taznu finished up the bridge with whatever workers were still alive. Had Naruto not helped, it would have taken another month. Thanks to Naruto, they finished it by the end of the week. Tanzua named the bridge after Naruto before wishing everyone a goodbye. Like Naruto said, Zabuza decided to join them. After the goodbyes, the trek to Konoha started. So what you're telling me is that I sent a team of genin on an A-rank, nearly Umbu level mission? A certain aging Kage asked the silver-haired man in front of him with what sounded like pride in his voice with a hint of anger. Hi Hokage-sama, but may I add they also saved an entire country from tyranny and brought back a user of the ice release Kekii Genkai. The man replied nonchalantly, trying to act as if nothing was wrong. And her master also happens to be Zabuza Momochi, who was part of the infamous 7 Swordsmen of the Mist, who was also standing right behind you, the Kage said, as said swordsman was standing behind the Jounin, his head staring at the ground, too nervous to look at the old Kage. Hiruzen started banging his head on his desk. He knew this was going to be hell. Fuck, the paperwork is going to be hell, the Kage said out loud whilst slamming his head on the desk in front of him. GG. If I may say something, I would like to vouch for Zabuzasan and Hikuchen. The only reason they fought us is because they were forced to in order to eat. They had to make a living and Gato employed them. The minute Gato turned his back on them, the fighting stopped completely and they agreed to help us. We stopped Gato and they even helped us finish the bridge. A certain main character of an anime who wears his favorite bright orange jumpsuit said, "Oh yeah, another thing, Kakashi, why is that man following Naruto-kun and calling him master?" The Kage asked. Fuck, why couldn't I have just died on that bridge? That would have been a lot easier. Hell, who knows, maybe there's Ika in heaven. Or maybe I should have sent them on without me, gave the kids my headband and have them tell the Hokage I died in battle. I could have then stayed with Tsunami. God, what I would give to be able to get one more night there again. Wish she had put out sooner instead of my last night there, the man thought before saying, that's another long story that I'm sure Naruto would love to tell you. But not a story for other ears, he replied while his single eye quickly looked down to his genin team and then back forward, letting Hiruzen know exactly what he was getting at. The old man took out his pipe and lit it, having a nice long smoke. Sakura, Sasuke, you two are dismissed. Was all the man said. The two left knowing better than to talk back to their Kage, Sakura already trying to ask Sasuke out again before getting rejected, and Sasuke out to find Guy to let him know he's back and ready to train more. Hiruzen rubbed his temples knowing this day was already going to be shit. Now that they are gone, tell me, Zabuzasan, why I should let you and your students stay here in my village. Including that you tried to kill your old Kage. Hee about that, Zabuza started while scratching the back of his head. You see, as you know, my country is in a civil war, but that's because one day the Mizukage lost his shit and decided that we don't need bloodlines. He believed that bloodlines were too dangerous and that people with bloodlines would eventually try to wipe out everyone who didn't have one, so he started the Bloodline Purge. That split our country up into people who were for and against bloodlines. My love and fiancé at the time this started had a bloodline. Zabuza's voice started to dip as old memories started to resurface into his mind, painful memories. When this started, she was out on a mission and I feared for her life, but then I had heard she died. His voice started to choke here, something no one expected of a man of such strength. I blamed the man because I knew he was the reason behind it. It was a gut feeling, but I knew it was him. So in a fit of rage and being at my strongest, I took on Yagura. It was actually a fierce battle, and the only reason I survived was because of my Kubikiribocho special abilities. I barely escaped with my life, but when I did, I quickly went into hiding until I found Haku here by herself. Ever since we've been together and I've been training her to be as strong as she can, she has a lot of potential if I do say so myself, Zabuza admitted with what sounded like pride in his voice, surprising the young girl. She was happy to hear him speak so highly of her, but for joining your village, I'm willing to do anything to join and provide a real stable life for Haku and myself, Zabuza said in all seriousness. That's quite a tale, Zabuza. I'm sorry for your loss. But being a shinobi will do that to you at the most unexpected of times. What you say about Yagura? That is nothing like how I used to know the boy. He was young when he became a Kage, but everyone loved him. This is something I will need to look in on myself. The Kage's face went stern, his wrinkles becoming more defined as he thought. Something seemed off. Zabuza didn't seem to be lying, which is what scared him. I'll be honest with you, when you had first walked in here, I was already planning on sending your head back to Mist and collecting your bounty, he started before saying his next bit that surprised Zabuza, but with the persuasion of Naruto and Kakashi here and hearing your story, I've decided against that. But that doesn't mean you're off scot-free. First you will be escorted by Kakashi here to Tandy for the next week to be talked to about your loyalties and get information which I'm sure you're happy to give up. In the meantime, I will pay for a small apartment in Naruto's building for you and Hakusen to stay in until you join our ranks or get a job as civilians to pay for the apartment yourself. Kakashi, if you'll take him to Tandy, they already know he's coming, just take him where he needs to go, then to his apartment. Bring Haku with you, I need to talk to Naruto-kun. The Hokage finally finished. The two waited for everyone to filter out of the room, besides Erashur, who won't leave Naruto's side without his permission, before the conversation began. So I'm guessing you want to know about the man behind me? Naruto asked, already knowing the answer to that question. Indeed I do, Naruto-kun. I wish to know everything, how you met this man and what he will provide to this village. Is he an enemy or ally, etc.? You get the idea. The elder man stated while really thinking, fuck, I'm getting too old for this shit. Well, I met him in Uzushiogakure. Naruto started, completely surprising the Kage. How do you know about that village? The man's voice barely croaked out of him as he said that. His eyes widened and his pipe was barely sitting in his mouth, the piece wanting to fall to the ground. Simple. During the mission I was out training and got caught in the water. I wasn't aware it was the ocean and a whirlpool caught me. When I awoke I was in the village and Erashur here was tending for me. When I woke up though, I immediately tried to attack him until I calmed down. Then me and him talked and he told about my mother, how he used to care for her. Turns out him and I are the last two known Uzumaki alive, Naruto said to the man. While I should press you more on how you ended up inside the village, I won't for now. I do want to know more about this man though. Is he a friend or foe, and what his loyalty to you is? Hiruzen stated simply, he needed to know what he could about the mysterious Uzumaki in front of him. Naruto sighed, long story short, the Uzumaki clan was like how the Hyuga clan is. A main family and branch family. I'm main family aka royal blood, while Erashur is my trusted servant and now friend from the branch family. He is easily Jounin level, even though Kakashi beat him in a match one-on-one, even I could tell it was a hard match and I'm fairly sure Kakashi would agree with me. Naruto stopped to take a breath. I also wish to go alone with Erashur back to Yuzu to find relics to bring back here with me, and then I also request to make the Uzumaki an official clan here in Konoha. While Naruto spoke, Hiruzen sat in silence thinking deeply to himself. No was his only answer, which made the Uzumaki go angry. What do you mean no, he spat, curling his hands into his fist. His whiskers slightly getting more defined, his pupils became slitted, but staying blue. Hiruzen sighed. He could easily tell that the boy was angry and knew why. No to going to Yuzu, I know you wish to, but now is not the time, and as for reinstating the Uzumaki clan in the village, I will have to hold a meeting with the council, civilian and shinobi side. Naruto cut the man off. Fuck that. The Uzumaki helped found this village. Hell, one of my family members was married to the first fucking Hokage. Naruto was seething with rage now. Hell, my mom was married to your successor. My father, I deserve this at the very least. Naruto's voice almost broke. This is something he never had or did in the past. No way in hell would he lose his chance now. Just hear me out, Hiruzen said. You will be requested to come to this meeting, and I will allow Erasure here to join you if you both wish. I will send an Umbu to come get you, but know this: Erasure cannot be allowed to use any of his ninja abilities unless it's for self-defense. He may not do it to protect you either. Until he is instated as a shinobi, he must act as a civilian. As for the mission to Yuzu, that can wait for now. You might know about your parents, but that doesn't mean now is the time to go. Do not worry, you will go, just wait a little longer. Hiruzen eyes pleaded with the boy before he continued. Also, if he does become a shinobi, he must also know that he cannot join you on any mission unless assigned to do so. Do you understand that? Arashisen the Kage asked with a stern look. The man silently stood, not answering. Before Naruto sighed. Erasure answered the man truthfully. He spoke commandingly. Erasure nodded and said, I will only follow Naruto's orders. I listen to no one but him, so unless he agrees this for me, I do not plan to listen to a word you have said today, and will do what I believe to be in Naruto's best wishes. For the last 25 years I have had no purpose with the destruction of my village and Kushina-sama leaving to come to this village. I have had no reason to go on with life until young Naruto-sama came to me. So I will give my life to listen to every word he says and follow every word he says to the letter. Erasure spoke in complete honesty while Naruto just sighed. Since I have to make the decision, then yes, he will do all you said, and if he acts up I will personally deal with him, Naruto stated coldly, making a shiver run down the Hokage's back, making him wonder what has made Naruto change so much. Then it's settled for now. Naruto, go home or wherever you need to be, and I will call together a council meeting. When everything is set up, I will send an Umbu for you, Hiruzen said. Naruto just nodded before he left without another word, Erasure silently following behind him. Naruto headed to his home first so he could change into shorts and a t-shirt. As they approached the complex, Arashi's face frowned. Naruto-sama, why do you live in a place like this? Do you not have your own mansion or compound to live in? Naruto's sweat dropped. I don't make enough for something that luxurious. For now this is home, he stated while opening his door. Now that you know where I live, I want you to go out and familiarize yourself with your new home. Go and enjoy your life. Naruto handed Erasure a bag full of coins. Here's some money, it's only about 4,500 yen, but for now you go and enjoy yourself. Come back here whenever. And lastly, do not attack anyone even if they are in my apartment, unless they come at you, and even then explain who you are or try to if it's in my apartment. Naruto finished. Erasure didn't know what to say, so he put the money into his pocket. Thank you for your kindness, Naruto-sama, you truly are your mother's child. With that, Arahi left, closing the door behind him. As soon as the man had left, Naruto changed into a pair of cargo shorts and a plain black t-shirt with the Uzumaki symbol on the back that was orange. He took his headband off and shoved it into his pocket and then left for the Hyuga district, where he proceeded to walk to the Hyuga compound to go talk with Hayashi and meet up with Hinata hopefully. As he proceeded to the entrance, he saw his two favorite guards outside. Good morning, Tatsumaki-san. Himurakin Naruto greeted the pair. Oh, Naruto-san? It's good to see you back here. We thought you would never return from your mission. The man known as Tatsumaki said. Well, my mission went from a simple C rank to an A rank mission due to the complications of Zabuza Momochi showing up. Naruto answered with a sweat drop as the guards' faces fell flat in horror. How in the hell are you alive? They asked in together. You know me, the #1 unpredictable ninja. Well, anyways, I'm heading and I'll see you guys around, Naruto said as he walked past them, his feet silently slapping against the pavement as the cool wind hit him in his face. The boy looked up at the sky, loving the beautiful weather they were having. The sky was filled with clouds, so Naruto was sure Shikamaru was out on a hill taking a nap, or with Chuji enjoying the cloud shapes while the two ate chips together. Naruto chuckled to himself as he walked inside the main house and was surprised to accidentally run into Hayashi. "Oh, hello there, Naruto-san, how may I help you?" he asked, surprised he didn't even sense the boy walk in. Then again he was distracted as the Chunin exams were coming up and rumor was that Cloud was going to send some genin, which meant that there would be a few jounin with them and he needed to be on his guard so another incident didn't happen again. "I just came to see you and tell you about my mission and to see if Hinatakin was home," Naruto answered with a smile. "God, I miss how easy everything was when I was a kid. It feels so easy to relax and be a child again and this time enjoy myself," Naruto thought to himself as he waited for Hayashi to answer. "Hinata is out on a mission and isn't due back for another couple of days, but I would like to hear about your mission if you wouldn't mind coming over for dinner tonight," Hayashi practically demanded. He then realized how he had asked and quickly added, "That is if you can come. I understand as a ninja you have your own duties to attend to even if you are just a genin." "Now I can make it. I'll be over here about 7 and we can catch up and I'll tell you about my mission, which I'm sure is to give you many surprises," Naruto said, leaving the hidden message that he doesn't want any prying ears at this dinner. Also making Hayashi curious as to what a simple genin could tell him that would truly surprise him. Naruto shoeshined out of the building and decided to go for a walk, leaving Hayashi slightly surprised. "That boy is just full of surprises, isn't he? But just like you, old friend, he truly is coming into a great man," the Hyuga said to himself as he walked to wherever it was he was going. Naruto was having a pretty good day and decided that he'd head to get some ramen. "Why is something nagging me about today? I feel like there's something I'm forgetting about Tota," Naruto said, grabbing his head trying to remember what it was. As he walked a few more steps, his arms behind his head as he looked into the sky, Naruto ended up tripping over something. "Oh shit," he said as he fell to the ground, landing on his face. "Ugh, what the hell was that?" he said, looking behind him before sweat dropping. "Well, what are you guys doing here getting in my way like that, huh?" he asked angrily. "Just what I thought, boss. You saw right through our disguise and knocked it off us even if you fell in the process," a young boy said with far too much enthusiasm in his voice. "What the hell are you talking about, Konohamaru? Oh, this is what today is," Naruto yelled out, suddenly remembering while jumping up, throwing his fist in the air. "What the hell, Narutabaka, you almost hit me," a certain pink-haired girl yelled before knocking Naruto over the head. "Ow, ow, ow, ow," Naruto said, grabbing his head. "What the hell, Sakura?" he said, looking at her angrily, slightly scaring her. "Hey boss, who's this cute girl? Is she your girlfriend?" Konohamaru said teasingly. "What? God, no, why would you think that?" Naruto said, confused and hurt because his younger brother figure thought he was with Sakura. "Hey Naruto, who are these kids?" Sakura asked, staring at the kids behind her teammate. "And why is the short idiot calling you boss?" "I'm not an idiot. My name is Konohamaru. These two are my best friends and teammates, Mojichin and Udon," Kono said with his fist out Lee style. "And boss, I can see why she isn't your girlfriend, a girl with a forehead that big. It's no wonder you don't want to date her, plus that masculine-looking body," Kono said, not knowing he signed a contract with death right then and there. "What did you just say, kid?" "Kono, you better run. And fast," Naruto said. "Why?" he asked, slightly confused, not understanding why. All Naruto did was point at Sakura, and that's when the boy realized how badly he fucked up. He could already see death. "Oh God, I'm too young to die. Take boss, he's loved a full life. I'm not ready yet," Kono said, begging for his life. "Hey! What the hell?" Naruto said as he was thrown under the bus like that. That's when Kono started running because Sakura started to charge him down. Konohamaru quickly turned the corner, not seeing the people in front of him as he was too busy trying to evade the pink-haired Kunoichi. "Ow, what the hell? Hey, you little punk, you're gonna regret that." A man whose face was filled with war paint, makeup, said as he picked Konohamaru up by the front of his shirt and his fist pulled back ready to hit the kid. Before anyone could move, Naruto appeared behind the makeup kid, grabbing his fist with a kunai to his neck. If I were you, I would drop the Hokage's grandson before my hand slips. And you find a kunai in your throat, Naruto stated in a very calm voice. Kenkuro's face dropped. He didn't even sense the kid, let alone see him get behind him. Sweat started to fall from the man's brow. Who the hell is this kid? Why do I get the same feeling from him as I do Gaara? And you, kid in the tree, come out, you're not fooling anybody trying to hide up there, Naruto said. What the fuck? Where did that little blonde kid come from? A certain blonde kunoichi with a giant black fan thought. She gripped her fan tighter, getting ready for a fight, and how the hell did he sense Gaara? Even I didn't know he was there, she thought to herself, while wondering about who the mystery kid was. Kankuro, drop the boy now and stop disgracing our village, or else I'll have to kill you. Gaara's voice was flat, but still filled with malice, and Naruto could tell that Gaara's words easily scared Kankuro more than his kunai to the boy's throat. Blondie, what's your name? The boy said /asked/ demanded. It's Naruto, Mr. 1-inch Naruto said with a grin, making the boy's eyes go wide. How've you been? Mr. 9-inch Gaara asked back in code. Meet me tonight, you know where, Naruto said in complete seriousness. He then smiled. If he's like the others, then who else remembers? Naruto thought before grabbing Konohamaru and Sakura and shushing away. Gaara, who was that kid? And why did he call you Mr. 1, and you call him Mr. 9? The blonde-haired kunoichi asked, completely confused. Temari, do not bother yourself with my affairs, or I will end you, Gaara said with his creepy as hell voice that was well overused in the first part of Naruto. Hi, Temari said, not bothering to say another word. Let's head back to the hotel, Gaara said as he started to walk away, Temari and Kankuro following in silence. Unknown to them, a certain raven-haired shinobi had seen and heard everything and was just as confused and decided to follow them. This way, when the time came, he could follow Gaara to his meet-up with Naruto and he could find out what secrets the boy was hiding. While that was going on, Naruto, Sakura, and Konohamaru appeared next to the rest of Kono's gang. Kono, you and gang go away for now. Sakura, come with me. I figure you have questions, Naruto said as she just nodded dumbly, trying to understand what just happened. The two walked a ways away in an awkward silence. All that could be heard was the bai's movement of the village and the occasional bird before Naruto stopped and leaned against a tree. So shoot, what do you want to ask? Just know that I most likely won't give you a straight answer or one at all. Sakura took a second to herself before finally asking, her voice shaking a bit, what did you mean when you called that sand kid Mr. 1, and why are you meeting up with him? She nervously asked, her eyes staring straight at Naruto. The boy's eyes closed for a moment while he spoke. Of course you would want to know that. Just know that me and him share a common burden, something you don't need to know about just yet, Naruto answered, leaving the girl with more questions than before. How did you move so fast? What jutsu was that? She asked her second question, knowing she wouldn't get more answers from the first part. That? Oh, that's nothing. It's actually super common amongst ninja from all villages, called the Shushin. I just happened to learn it by chance, Naruto said with a grin. It's actually a jutsu only taught to Chunin and above. I'm just lucky, you know, Naruto said with his trademark foxy grin and arms behind his head as he tried to look cool. Sakura sighed as he did that. Well, thanks for answering anyways, she said. The two stood there for a moment in an awkward silence. Naruto was about to leave so he could start getting ready to meet Hayashi, but then Sakura stopped him. Naruto, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for everything. How I treat you isn't right. I'm just very impulsive and I don't tend to think before I act. This surprised Naruto to no end. So she's finally wising up, eh? I'm sorry for being so hard on you and so mean, but you needed to learn to be strong, Naruto thought to himself before saying, it's okay, Sakura, but I was serious when I told you before that you need to try at being a ninja and actually train or get out before you die. If you stay the way you are now, you will be weak forever and will be useless. At least if you start training, you will be able to defend yourself better, Naruto said honestly. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but in this line of work it's either live or die, and I don't want to die because you were a burden, or watch you die because you're too weak to do anything. I understand. Thank you again, Naruto, she answered. Naruto just nodded before leaving in a shushin. What he didn't see was the tear drip from her eye as she tried not to cry. How is it I've become so useless? Sakura said to no one but herself as she tried not to break down. Naruto appeared outside his apartment, where he just opened the door as he never had locked it beforehand, seeing no need to. Erasure, you home? Naruto called out as he took off his kunai holster from his leg and set it down on the nearby counter. Naruto waited for a moment longer before he noticed no one answered, and he's probably still out enjoying the sights. Might as well shower, Naruto said to no one in particular as he closed his bathroom door, locking it and starting the shower. Naruto took his time in the shower, enjoying the feel of warm water on his body. He thoroughly cleaned himself before he got out, but when he got out he heard a grunt just outside. Fearing the worst, he quickly threw on his boxers and ran outside to see a horrific scene. OMG, at least let someone know if you're coming home. What the hell? Naruto screamed as he tried to hide his eyes from the scene in front of him. Erasure and some women were in his bed getting it on, and doing the nasty. Somehow too caught up in the moment, they didn't even notice that Naruto was in the shower, but now they know he was home. Fuck was all Erasure could say as he tried to quickly grab a blanket to cover himself and his lady friend. Hey Naruto-sama, Erasure nervously said. I'm going to go into the bathroom and get dressed. When I come out, you two better be dressed and gone. I don't care where, Naruto said as he walked into the bathroom and contemplated putting bleach in his eyes. Bwahahahaha, a certain demon fox could be heard laughing in Naruto's mind. Shut the fuck up, Kamara, that wasn't even remotely funny. Naruto yelled back at the fox as he slid on his suit getting dressed. No, it was hysterical. Oh my god, the way you acted when you saw them fucking. Oh, I'm saving that memory for later. It will bring me a good laugh in between my naps I take in here, Kamara said in between snickers. Oh, shut it, you, Naruto said before cutting their link so he could get dressed in peace. Once Naruto finished getting ready, he was pleased to walk out of the bathroom and to see his two annoyances gone, and a note on the bed. Dear Naruto-sama, I dearly apologize for what you had to see. I had left a note on your door thinking I was home before you, not hearing he shower me, and my new friend kind of jumped at it, and her being the first woman I had gotten within almost 30 years. Well, suffice to say the head I was thinking with wasn't the one with my brain. I dearly apologize for what you saw and will see you tomorrow, Naruto-sama. Your servant, Erasure. Naruto read the note before throwing it away. God, I hope I never have to see that again. I did not need to see that, Naruto said out loud as he put on his black top, which had its own hints of orange. With it on him, he quickly performed a shushin, appearing at the Hyuga Manor. Well, time to get this over with, Naruto said as he walked towards the building.
That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my other social media accounts. Anime God here, and I'm signing off.